The Yoruba leader faults Southern governors, calls for political conference. A foremost Yoruba leader, Professor Akintoye, has faulted a recent meeting held by the Southern governors, saying the yearnings of various ethnic groups in the country were diametrically opposed to the demands of the governors. Akintoye, in a statement through his communications manager, Mr. Maxwell Adeleye, said the kind of conference that Nigeria needed was the one where people of the South and Middle Belt would be allowed to negotiate their national self-determination. Though the professor of history commended the governors for their boldness to speak in unison to ban open grazing, he said they failed to discuss terrorism that is causing serious tension in the country. He said the kind of conference that Nigeria needs is a conference for the purpose of negotiating with the various Nigeria people and people of the South and Middle Belt of Nigeria concerning the assertion of their national self-determination. That is the greatest need of the moment. Behaving as if it does not exist is unfortunate. Every nationality in Nigeria has a right to self-determination and the right to seek to assert its self-determination. The people of the South and Middle Belt are doing just that now, and the Nigerian government needs to step forward to negotiate with them in order to prevent ultimate chaos in the dissolution of Nigeria. Self-determination of the various nationalities of Nigeria is today the idea whose time has come in Nigeria, and it will have its way, one way or another. Our governors in the South deserve the gratitude of all of us, their people, for hurrying to hold a meeting on the terrible insecurity that is ravaging all the peoples of the South. We dare say people should commend them for the considerable amount of bravery that they have shown in their communique. It gladdens the heart that our governors now have the courage to decide to eliminate open grazing of cattle in all parts of the South. That is a historic decision of great significance. So we, dear people, are looking forward to two things now concerning that decision. First, what are the processes by which the governors intend to carry out this decision, especially in the face of predictable federal opposition and resistance to the decision? The renowned historian asked what the governors intend to do in replacement of cattle grazing. What we the people propose is that our governors should embark upon the policy of encouraging our indigenous entrepreneurs to venture into modern cattle ranching in their own homelands. If we make a success of this, it will eliminate the need for open grazing of cattle in our land forever. Although we the peoples of South assure our governors that if they sincerely go forward to embark on implementing this decision, we will support them every inch of the way and with all the strength at our disposal. For us, the peoples of South, concerning the open grazing of cattle, enough now is enough. Wondering why the governors should still expect miracles from the federal government in the area of security, the erudite scholar said, we are surprised that our governors are still calling on the federal government to come and deal with insecurity in the South. The federal government had recently made a statement that is not responsible for fighting against banditry, kidnapping, and raping. Therefore, what should have been decided by our governor is how they will replace the federal government in the fight against insecurity in the various states of the South. It does not make sense that they are calling upon the federal government to come and bring insecurity to an end after the federal government has made a statement that it is not responsible for such functions. What our governors should have decided is how they would tackle insecurity in the various states. We therefore respectfully call on our governors to go back to the meeting table again and take decisions on how they will tackle various aspects of insecurity, such as kidnapping for ransom, killings, maiming, destruction, banditry, raping, and others. The federal government has abdicated responsibility in these matters, and we need our state government to step boldly into the gap. We are surprised that our southern state governors have held a meeting without considering the issue of domestic and international terrorism as it affects the South. On terrorism, he stressed that we know today that a combination of terrorist groups such as ISIS, Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda, and others have entrenched themselves decisively in Niger State. immediately to the north of the southwest, thereby standing in a position to have easy access to the southwest and the rest of the south. At the same time, an important world power, the United States of America, has alerted the world that ISIS and its allies have infiltrated the south from the sea. The federal government is not saying or doing anything about all this. Again, our governor speaks of agitation for inclusiveness in appointment into the federal government and its agencies in Nigeria, as if that is the only kind of agitation that is going on in Nigeria. While there is agitation for inclusiveness, there is bigger and a wider agitation for self-determination of the various people of the South and the Middle Belt, accounting for a total of 3/4 of the population of Nigeria. Our governors asked for a conference to consider the question of inequality in the appointment into the federal government, but that is not really the kind of conference Nigeria needs right now. The kind of conference that Nigeria needs is a conference for the purpose of negotiating with the various peoples of the South and Middle Belt of Nigeria concerning the assertion of their national self-determination. That is the greatest need of the moment. Behaving as if it does not exist is unfortunate. Every nationality in Nigeria has a right to self-determination and the right to seek to assert its self-determination. The people of the South and Middle Belt are doing just that now, and the Nigerian government needs to step forward to negotiate with them in order to prevent ultimate chaos in the dissolution of Nigeria. Self-determination of the various nationalities of Nigeria is today the idea whose time has come in Nigeria, and it will have its way, one way or another. What is needed now is that it should not be allowed to have its way through chaos, violence, and human suffering. We ask that our governors should go back to the meeting table again and give serious and statesmanly consideration to the determination of the various peoples of the South and the Middle Belt to assert their self-determination in a peaceful manner according to international law. Professor Banji Akintoye has really said well. Well, what did the federal government do with the report of the previous national conference? Absolutely nothing. We want referendum conducted to determine whether we still want to continue with Nigeria or not. Nigeria unity forceful marriage that can never bring peace. One Nigeria has expired since 2014. The government of Buhari is not doing anything concerning the restructuring of the country until when these Southern governors have now met to deliberate on the issue of security in the country, and not only open grazing. According to Banji Akintoye, he says the issue and the meeting they had, the agenda shouldn't be only on open grazing banning, but rather talk about the insecurity that is ravaging the Nigerian state. Well, according to someone replying to Banji Akintoye, he said, he has said it all. I am sad for those that are still saying one Nigeria. When Fulani have different agenda to take over your land and you are still blind to it, talking about next president, who is interested any longer? Nobody is interested any longer in the administration of Buhari. We need to, come together as one and make sure this country is a better place for us before some persons start saying rubbish. What surprises me is how South governors are not saying what everyone is saying. I detach Mr. and give them Mrs. David, Mrs. Ekpeazu, Mrs. Ogwani, Obiano. These ones are the worst fouls, Ogabanji, and no claim. Tell them, all the Southern governors, their hand is not yet clean. They should go back to their drawing board and talk about insecurity in the nation.